They want to feel superior, validated, desired, worshipped. Their entire identity depends on the illusion that they are someone worth chasing, someone you should want. That's the only reason they targeted you. Not because they loved you, but because your light made them feel important. You were admired. You had value, warmth, and something real. So they mirrored you. They copied your fire. Not because they understood it, but because they needed it to survive. They built a false self, stitched together from your authenticity, to trap you in the performance, to keep you emotionally invested, to keep you guessing. Because as long as you still believed in the mask, they still felt like someone. But when you pull away, when you start to see them clearly, they unravel. The illusion is threatened. The obsession deepens. They become consumed. Not with you, but with what you see in them, or what you no longer see at all. Everything they do, every move they make, is to attract you back, to keep you orbiting, to be wanted by someone who can never truly want them, because they cannot live up to the image they sold you. They crave your validation, because they have none of their own. They envy your ideals, your belief in something greater, your ability to love, to hope, to dream. They want what you have, but they don't want to become it, they want to possess it. So they mimic your passions, they echo your values, they pretend to care about the things you care about. Not because it moves them, but because it moves you, and they want to stay close to that movement, to your fire, to the very thing they secretly despise, because they know they can never create it themselves. So what happens when they realize you don't want them? When they finally see it in your eyes, that you've seen through them, that you no longer believe in the illusion, that you no longer need what they're selling, they panic. Because the mask wasn't just for you, it was for them too. And when you reject it, you're not just rejecting the relationship, you're rejecting who they pretend to be, and that is unbearable. The false self is all they have. Validation, control, superiority. That's their lifeblood. And when you walk away, they lose it all in a single breath. So they obsess. They can't let go. Not because they love you, but because they need you to reflect that false self back to them. They need you to need them. So they start watching. They stalk your stories. They listen to your music. They read your quotes and captions, like coded messages they believe are meant for them. They take notes. What inspires you? Who do you admire? What type of person do you seem drawn to now? Then they try to become that. They mimic your growth. They copy your healing. They adopt your values. Not because they've changed, but because they think it might win you back. Because your attention is still a currency they can't afford to lose. It's not transformation, it's performance. Desperate, calculated mimicry, in the hope of re-entering your life, of being seen by you again. They don't want to evolve. They just want to be chosen. even if it means becoming someone else entirely, as long as that someone is who you now seem to want. But you already know the truth. You've seen behind the curtain, and once you see the actor, you can never go back to believing the role. When a narcissist finally realizes that you no longer want them, they panic. Because for them, it was never about love. It was about control, validation, and the illusion of superiority. And when you stop giving them those things, their world begins to unravel. You've seen through their mask, and that's their worst fear, because behind it is nothing. So they start obsessing. They can't let go. Not because they love you, but because you saw them as something special, and now that power is gone. Now they're watching you. Not just casually, strategically. They're studying your every move on social media. The songs you post, the quotes that speak to you, the people you admire, the aesthetic you resonate with, and then they try to become it. They're not healing or growing, they're mimicking. Mirroring your evolution so they can crawl back into your attention span. They're not becoming better. They're becoming you. You stopped believing in their mask, and that was the only thing holding them together. So now, that same polished persona they created to impress you, they weaponize it to hurt you. They use it to mock you, to flaunt the new supply, to make it seem like they've moved on with someone who now gets the fantasy you once craved. But here's the truth. They're not living your dream. They're chasing your dream, trying to recreate it with someone else, because they can't generate anything on their own. They're trying to be who you wanted, not for themselves, but to torment you. That new person, they're not living your dream. They're playing a role the narcissist scripted to look like you. The narcissist is obsessed with replaying the failed fantasy. They're not over you. They're trying to turn someone else into you, just to keep the fantasy alive. It's not a new beginning for them. It's an echo of your story, rewritten out of spite. Some narcissists will go to extreme lengths, get married, have kids, post curated happiness online. But it's not real. It's a performance for an audience of one, you. And many will still try to come back, even while married, still watching you, still fantasizing about your validation, still mimicking your desires. They don't want you. They want your light, your passion, your high vibration, your imagination. That's why they study you like a scientist. That's why they try to become everything you love. Because they gave up on themselves long ago. They know they'll never be whole, never be capable of love. So they feed off your fantasies instead. You never really loved them. You loved the fantasy they wore like a costume, and they know it. They know they were just the vessel for your hope, your dreams, your vision of what love could be. And they hate you for that, because they can't live up to it. But they also can't forget it. What you're seeing now isn't success, it's obsession. It's proof they can't let go. And it's why they will never accept that you don't want them. Because the moment you stop believing in their illusion, you took their power with you. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a post. If you'd like to work with me one-on-one, you can book a session at narcsurvivor.co.uk. Donations are always appreciated and help support the channel. They can steal your image, but never your soul. You soar through the illusion, and that's your freedom. Stay strong, stay awake, keep rising.